Hello, how are we doing today? Looks like I'm back to normal. Looks like Twitch is back to normal. Once again, welcome back to Mechanical Mastery. Twitch was having a lot of issues yesterday. I saw another streamer who I know well was facing the same problem. So, looks like that issue has been sorted. So, we're back live. And we're just going to pick up where we left off. So, last time out, we were working on getting the effigy automation done over here. So, I've done a couple of things since then. Yesterday when I started the stream, I was showing people that I basically redid this system a little bit. Not redid, I just moved the machines to make a little bit more sense rather than having them all clumped up over here. But since nobody could see that yesterday, hopefully today it's a little bit more visible. Basically the same process, everything just goes into the RF Tools crafter and it goes into making these dormant effigies, which are completely full now. So as you can see, this thing is backed up. Now, what we need to do today is to move the dormant effigies. Hey, Jaja. And we need to move them out of this oak drawer and into the fluid encapsulators. So it wasn't me that broke it, to be honest. It was Twitch. So I don't know what else I could have done. Orange Dugong was having the same problem. Oh, who the? Ah! Ah! Gray!
We both made it. Let's go.
Gray, that was the worst place to spawn mobs. Thank you so much for the resub. Yeah, I'm still sick, Lord Jaja. It's actually gotten worse. My mob crusher just actually killed all your stuff. Well, rip Gray's mobs. I'm gonna redo that. I'm gonna redo the event. I'm not a bad person like that. I'll redo it. There we go. How you doing, Gray? It's been so long, dude. Look, there's your horse. This is Greg Grayson. The skeleton version. The skeleton horse. You doing alright? Dude, that create world which you have set up is absolutely insane. Like I can't even fathom how much time must have gone into that. I make like the most basic setup in Create and I'm like, oh my god, I'm a genius. The one that got deleted? The one which you posted the pics of on the Discord. Did that get deleted? Wait, did the world get deleted or did the pictures get deleted? Oh, the server got deleted. Oh my god, that's awful. How did that happen? Yikes. That must have felt so bad because you spent a lot of time on that world, didn't you? That's really bad. Was it like world corruption or something? Or was it like a mod crashed? Mm-hmm. Did you manage to figure it out? The whole thing except the Eula had... Oh, wow. Did you not like have any backups for it? You love your spaghetti mesh of rotation transfer in your create world. But there should be backups, right, for servers? Was it a private server? Or was it hosted on like Nodecraft or something? Hey, Emran! If it's a private server, then it probably didn't have... Yeah, then it won't have backups. You'll probably need to use a mod like FTB backups or something for that. Yeah, then that's gone. Ah, that sucks, dude. That's awful. So what are you going to be playing now? You got your new headset? Nice. How's it sound? How's my dulcet tones sounding? With my completely messed up throat right now. You were the only one playing on it the week before that. Oh, I see. But still, dude, if my server had gone like that with no backups or anything, I would have been super pissed. Especially with the amount of work that you had put into create. I would have been really mad. Right, anyway, we're going to move on to the dormant effigy automation. So basically what I need to do, Greg Grayson's server just died. Like the server that he was playing on, he lost his world basically. You're planning much more annoying work to make radiant and shadow metal stuff. I need to make some refined radiance in this pack, Greg. With my voice, I'm sick. I'm sick. I have the cough and cold, the sniffles, and my voice is kind of gone for a toss because of that. Yeah, it sounds a little weird to me, so I can only imagine how weird it must sound to you guys. There's a create add-on that changes the whole recipe thing. Oh, that would be nice to have. I don't think I have that in this pack. Alright, I'm gonna keep this on channel 15 just to make sure that we have only the effigies moving through channel 15. Basically, what I'm going to do is extract the stuff from the drawer and then have them go into the fluid encapsulators over here, one by one. So the first one is gonna be like this. We should start seeing stuff go in. There we go. Dormant effigies are being created with lava. That's going to give us blaze effigies. Let's do the same thing over here. And then over here, this one is going to get the thing from the left and the left. And the reason I'm keeping it separate and not on the white channel is because I want to make sure that everything is separated. So there we go. Looks like everything is working just fine. Now I'm going to let this sit for a little while because I want to fill this up with the max amount. And then what we're going to do is on the downside of these laser nodes, we're going to put an item insert. So I need to get a few more item cards. And then on, on any other side, I guess you could get an extract. Or do I need an extra? I think I can just extract from here, right? Yeah, I can extract from here. And that's going to extract the effigies. And then I can insert them onto the downside over here. So I need to figure out 4 sides or 4 colors for these because I want them to all extract on different colors. So let's see. If I go on the down over here, I could say extract on channel 1. So this one, oh, actually, you know what? We'll keep the blaze as channel 4 because these are yellow. So those are going to be channel 4. These ones are light yellow, but I don't think we have a light yellow color, do we? Nope. So I think we'll go for orange for this one. Or maybe we can do orange for the blaze, light yellow for this one. So 4 would be for blitz. This one is light blue. We do have a light blue. And then this one is gray. And we definitely have a gray somewhere in here. There we go. So do we want light gray? No, I think we just want normal gray. Okay, so this is basically what's going to happen. As soon as we set the extract cards in those laser nodes, the effigies should be transferred from the fluid encapsulators into the click machine. Now the click machine is configured to do a right click on 1 click per second. So if I have set everything up correctly, they should click. The effigy should be... I don't know if you need to right click the effigy in the air or whether it has to be against the ground. Maybe I should test that. Hang on. Maybe I should test this. Oh, dude. Oh, dude, Gray.
Sneak attack.
That was a sneak attack. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you for the 200 biddies. Yeah? At least this time I was outside the at least this time I was outside the mob crusher, so they didn't die immediately. That was lucky. Ah. Hiya. It was planned. There's been so many like you're not the only person whose sub actually hit me when I was in the crusher. So that has happened before. As soon as you saw me move outside, you attacked. I miss you, Gray. It's good having you back sometimes. Alright, now I need to test this. So how do I test this? Maybe I can do a manual fluid encapsulator. Do I have any effigies? I do have some dormant effigies, but I don't think that's gonna work. So I'm gonna get my bucket of lava, and I should have another fluid encapsulator. If I don't, I'll probably need to make one. Is there... Oh wait, can't you do this with a spout? I'm fairly certain that you can use a spout for this. Yes, you can. You can. So I'm just gonna get a spout and a depot and my tank. It should be good. Yes, that should work. A spoot. A spoot indeed. That's gonna make... Yeah, that's gonna make the effigy. Perfect. And then for the lava, I just need to figure out... don't I have a Vulcanite amulet? I do. There we go. And my lava bucket is back. Gotta love Project T. It's so OP. Alright, now this thing. Right click to summon a blaze. Now the main thing is going to be, do I need to just right click on the ground, or do you need to right click the air? Looks like right clicking the air did nothing. Wait, what? Could you have taken one out of the fluid encapsulators? The problem with that is you can't actually right click one item out of here. It'll just pull out the entire stack, or half the stack minimum. So I only wanted to get one out, which unfortunately doesn't happen. Okay, so apparently the blaze just didn't spawn. So what happened over there? No, can't scroll wheel. It pushes the entire stack out. Okay, I'm a bit confused because this should have worked. So let's try this again. Our blaze is bugged. Maybe. But they worked the last time. I remember doing that the last time. No, I did spawn one in the overworld, so it should work. I'm just not sure why it didn't. Let me just test something out. So Vulcanite amulet. Can I input in here? No. So that's one bucket. Two. Wait, can't you use this as a bucket? Yes, you can. So that's 3 buckets. I'm gonna put 8 buckets in here. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, there we go. Bucket mode off. So that should make 8 blaze effigies. So we're just gonna have this for experimentation purposes. Also, I need another bucket. I'm doing that the worst way. Yeah, as long as it works, right? Could have just offhanded it. Yeah, I guess. Alright, so if I right click this in the air, it does nothing. If I right click it on the ground, it seems to work. Ah! Oh, Moch! Oh, blues! As soon as I right click that, that was the perfect timing. That actually scared me because I right clicked the air and then I just heard a little gnome. Woo! Oh my god. Alright, so apparently you can't click this in the air. Can you click it against a wall? Yes, you can. So I think the solution over here is going to be having a wall in between over here. Oh, dude.
Sneak attack 2.
Well, this one didn't work as well. Greg, thank you for the 1,000 bits, and Blues, thank you for the gnome, and I think you sent me a clip. Thank you for that. I'm gonna respawn. I respawn them. I respawn them. Oh, that was the wrong thing. I need stream elements, events. Not that. There we go. Why's it not working? Our Blue's Twitch links would be removed. Links will be removed on Twitch, but I got your whisper. So why is this not replaying? Oh, there we go. Now it's replayed. Yeah, I got the whisper. Thank you so much, Blues. That was a really good timing. I really appreciate that. And Greg, thank you for the 1,000 bits, dude. And yes, I also blame Twitch. Twitch has been twitching lately. Haven't I missed this? We actually had a lot of chaos this month. If you look at the top for the gifted subs, Owu, who used to be known as SimXD, gifted 193 subs. Chat full of Deadshot was slain by Crack Raisin. Yeah, I've been there before. Ah! They just one hit kill me, man. Even though I have the soul stone. Like the life stone or whatever that stone is. Oh wait, I don't have it, do I? Must be in one of these graves. Yeah, that would make sense. Woo! Got my items back. Run away. Ah. Aggressor is trying to provide me with dirt. It's a good effort. Come on, hit them. There were literally 2 hits over there that didn't do any damage to them. Yes, come on. Ah, no. I think I got stuck on my own grave over there. I wonder if I can pull them like one by one rather than all 3 of them. Okay, I got 2 of them. Oh, one stuck on a grave. Now's my chance. No. Why you not stuck? What? Ah, you were supposed to be stuck. Jeez. He absolutely destroyed me. No.
Is it your chance?
300 bits from Grey. Okay, why can't I hear the hits? think my sounds got broken. Like for the 300 bits. I can't hear anything from the game sometimes. Do you guys hear the hits? I can hear the charged hits, but not the normal hits. Like if I sprint and hit someone, I can hear it, but otherwise I can't. It's weird. You scuffed my sound. Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know what's happened. Oh! Hey, Shimon. Yeah, see, I can't hear any of these hits right now. Craig, what did you do? Yeah, I didn't know that grave had my stuff. That was an accidental click. Also, I don't know what happened to my sounds. Ah! Well. Yeah, see? The grave pickup sound is off. What's happened? Just turn them on and off again. There we go. Everything's back to normal. We're good. Oh, I guess not as good as I want. Come on, Gray, die. Die. Oh, I waited too long on that hit. Oh my god. There we go. Finally. I killed Gray. I did get smacked. It was not fun. Let's put all the stuff back. Why do I have 14 blaze rods? Probably because I killed the blazes. So let's put those away. Now, how many deaths was that? Oh, look at the amount of deaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. I highly doubt that. Hey, Anime Teen. If you remember, but you had a problem with XNet and Mechanism working together, so you fixed it, and it turns out you need to extract and insert in the same channel. Yeah, that's normally how it works, yeah. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 36. Yeah, 36 deaths. Pretty close, Gray. Pretty close. Hey, Brandon. I'm doing good. How are you? How are you, my friend? Right, so if clicking in the air is not going to work, then we need to set up like a barrier so that we can click against something. And I think this is going to be the perfect way to do it. So if you have a barrier in between, right? So basically the click machine is going to click this block and that should make the stuff spawn. Let's see if this works. Got a really bad headache again. You should probably get some sleep, Brandon. I always find that taking a painkiller and just sleeping usually works well. Try it out. Okay, this is gonna be rough. Why don't I make a feeding upgrade for the backpack and I won't need to eat steak? That is actually a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, I can make a feeding upgrade. Should I make the advanced version? I think I should. There's no need to not make it. So I'm just gonna say you're going to go in here. This is going to be an allow list, and feed the player as soon as the player is tiny bit hungry. Waste quite a few hunger points, but we don't care about that. And that should automatically keep me fed. All right. Oh my god. If you notice, if you find me silent in the middle of talking, sometimes it's because I'm coughing and I have my mic muted. So just a heads up. Right. I think I'm gonna do this from the outside because staying inside with the mobs could be very dangerous for my health. So I'm gonna go from this side. Why am I not using sawmills? Sawmills give you a very less of the output. So for example, if I want blitz powder, crafting it, or if I want the blitz mode, sawmills only give me one. But if I have the mob crusher, and if I have this set to consume essence for looting, it gives you a lot more than one. And also it's a little bit of a different way to do things rather than just using machines. So I just want to test it out. I might even use sawmills in the future. It's not completely out of the question. Right now I just want to get to this side of the laser, and I need to set an extract on the channel 1. Oh, I just realized something. Hang on. I think I made a mistake. I think I have made a mistake. Yeah, I did. So on the downside, this needs to be exchanged. Because this laser is pointing to this one, and we have to have the blitz effigies coming out this way. So I had to exchange those two. And also for this one is going to be gray, which is fine. This one is light blue, which is for the blitz. Okay, now it's perfect. So let's go back over here. Now I should be able to do this. On the west side, we're going to set this to channel 1. We're going to set this to extract. I'm going to keep it to transfer 1 and see how that works. Saw those cards in the wrong direction. Oh yeah, you did. They need to be on the down. Alright, so this thing has dormant effigies. Why do you have dormant effigies? Why? You're on channel 1. Oh, am I transferring dormant effigies on channel 1? No, I'm transferring them on channel 15. What? That should not be happening. I specifically set the channel so that it could only transfer certain items. You prefer modular routers? Is it taking from the wrong slot? It looks like it. Definitely looks like it. See? Yeah, it's pulling from this slot. That's not supposed to happen. Actually, I need to remove this card. Yeah, that's not right. Something's messed up over there with Laser IO. think I've set the config set to blue. Oh, right. That's right. I need this to be insert and output. Right, Gray, you are on the money once again. Thank you very much. What's up, Emran? Okay, so if I set this back up, is that gonna work now? Oh, yes it is. Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. That wasn't Gray? Oh, sorry. Thank you, Emran. My bad. The names are a little bit samey color for me. Purple and purplish. Alright, so that's working. Okay, then I mean, I guess then they all would work if this one's working. So I should start setting the rest of these up. Right, the next one is going to be the yellow one. So on the west, we're gonna set this to extract one of these. Yeah, that's true. It's been a while since I've seen gray. Also, why did that stuff spawn outside? Can I increase the delay on these? I know I can't decrease it without card overclockers, but can I increase it? Oh, I can. So I'm gonna do one every 100 ticks. I think that should be good enough. That's like 5 seconds, right? Is 100 ticks 5 seconds? Yeah. I had a feeling. Okay, now what color was this one going to be? I think it was light blue. And then extract. It should be, since it's a void world. Now this was on channel 7. Please tell me everything's correct. Okay, so we've got some blizzards. I think it was 8. We got the basalts, we got the blitz, and we got the blizz. Yeah, we got all 4 of them. There we go. Seems to be working just fine. Oh, this one likes me. Look at that. Perfect. How cool is that? Now, eventually this is going to slow down because we have all of this stuff backed up, right? But eventually we are going to slow this down because we won't be able to keep up with the dormant effigies. So, yeah, that's going to be a little bit slow. Now, why is the lapis not working? Lapis, why are you not working? Did I not give you lapis ore? Could have sworn I did. Oh, right. I'm a moron. I completely forgot that mechanism machines don't accept items automatically. Yeah, that's my bad. I just put down the stuff over there onto the machines and expected them to work. Okay, so redstone goes in there, lapis goes in there. Now it should be fixed. There we go. Just a big goofball. Yeah. You still hate basalts from Caveopolis? Basalts is one of my least favorite thermal thingies. It's really annoying. Right, so where's my lapis, dude? I might need to speed this up a little bit just to get a few lapis in here. But yeah, so this thing should be now active once again. Now, I do need to upgrade this redstone furnace because the amount of cobblestone it's smelting into stone is really low. So let's grab a resonant and some flux linkage amplifiers and get this running at full speed. So basically it's going to be the name of my time in a bottle. Yeah, someone named, I think it was Mars Titan or someone, I don't remember exactly who. He renamed it. And then we have this one as well, Professor Stabby Sword. I love this one. Go fast, you slow nerd. Yeah, so right now we are limited by the amount of cobblestone that's coming through the link. Eventually, if we get a higher level link over here, we can get faster cobblestone. But I think this should be good because this is going to keep the induction smelter always working. So I'm happy with that. I knew you would like it. Right, now I need to make sure that the redstone is above the limit and it is always increasing. It looks like it is. What about the ender pearls? 8,342, 41, 40, 39. Okay, I'm definitely running low on these. You're a fan of calling people nerds? Well, this is perfect for you then. Okay, so I am definitely running low on ender. I'm not running low, but I'm running short on ender pearls. So I am not gaining any basically. I need to increase the speed of this furnace. So more resonant and flux linkage amplifiers. And then the next thing would be to upgrade the EMC link. Now I think I can get the next version of this, which would do 4 items per second. I think that should be enough. So if I grab one of these and just chuck that in there, that should start giving me a lot more iron. Nice. That's good. You're coming for the face reveal. Only 420 years to go. Alright, hopefully that should keep up a little bit better. I'm still losing ender pearls, but not as fast. So I'll take that. I'll take that as a win. The reason I'm not going any faster than that is because my EMC is going down. I don't have any EMC production right now. How did I think of that? Basically, when I had set the reward up for the first time, we had done a calculation, and 422 years is what it would take for a normal viewer to accumulate 100 million points. That was what we had come up with in the calculation. That was assuming they're not a tier 3 sub or like anything like that. Where's my EMC stars? What do you mean EMC stars? But that's not family friendly. Hang on a second. Why am I not hearing the ender chest? Oh, there's no power flowers in this. Are my sounds gone again? Oh my god. Okay. I don't know why my sounds keep going. I've set the thing to default now. Hopefully that's fixed. Yeah, there's no power flowers in this pack except the final power flower, but you need to unlock that by crafting it. So it needs the final star. So the only way to generate EMC in this pack is with these mechanical essences. So you need to make these essences, and then you need to multi-servo press them into crystals. And each tier of these essence gives you higher amount of EMC with the crystal. So the aim is to get advanced mechanical crystals automated. So we started working our way backwards from here, and we've gotten to the point where we need to make the improved essence. But in order to automate this, we need these charges. So we need the ice, earth, fire, and lightning charge. And the way to get them is basically to combine charcoal with blitz and gunpowder. Or like charcoal and gunpowder with whatever item we need. So for example, ice would need bliss powder, earth would need basalt powder, and stuff like that. So now I've automated the items coming through here. So the next thing to automate would be the charges. Now I already have gunpowder. Oh, why am I not getting basalt powder? I think because I'm getting basalt shards and I'm an idiot. There we go. Yeah, it's only regularly heated, and plus we have the create we have that create add-on where we get the electric motor and stuff. So you have the thing that allows the burner to take fuels, so it can just sip lava instead of having blaze cakes and stuff. So that's pretty neat. Okay, Now we need to make the chargers. Now, two things that I need for the chargers is gunpowder, which we have plenty of because of our mob farm. So I've attached an external storage to the backpack so we can see the gunpowder. So we have that sorted. The second thing is going to be charcoal. Now we don't have much charcoal, but I do have a smelter over here. And that smelter is going to allow us to smelt as much charcoal as we need. So the recipe for charcoal, I just need to put that into a pattern. And then I should be good. Yeah, I'm just going to do 64 to 64. Just, you know, go full speed. 3x3 of blaze burners under a max size steam engine for almost 300,000 stress units. I've never been a big fan of like the whole stress unit situation, to be honest. I find it way too much of a pain. Alright, I'm happy with this setup though. I think this is going to be a lot more beneficial than using sawmills. When you think about the efficiency overall. It's too stressing. It just doesn't feel like enough return for your investment kind of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make 4 patterns for all of these things. So I need some more patterns. Right, why did I only get 7 of those? Machine doesn't accept item. Yeah, I had to disable the TTS. It's not working for some reason. Okay, why did that not work? Did I make a wrong pattern somewhere over here? No, they're all correct. I can enable it, but I can't guarantee that it's gonna work. So, it's up to you guys. Okay. My sounds are gone again. What the heck is going on? We go on strike if you don't fix TTS. Alright, I'm gonna enable it. It's up to you guys. Just be warned. If you use the TTS and it doesn't work, I can't refund your points. I'm just gonna go set it up. Hey, stop that. Alright, it's enabled. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I can't do anything about it. Alright, why is the patterns not working? What do you mean machines don't accept items? Oh my god. There we go. Now it should.
This is a test message Deadshot smells.
Wow, Gray. Wow. Can't believe you've done this. I'm just gonna set up these charges real quick.
Water-Earth, fire, air, long ago. The 4 nations lived together in harmony. Then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Okay, that's pretty good. Hey, it works sometimes. So if it breaks, then there's no refunds because that thing is not controlled by Twitch. It's controlled by an external application, and somehow there's no way to issue refunds for that. That's why I had it disabled. Alright, so I'm gonna have to set up a pulverizer for this. In order to crush all of this. Actually, you know what? With the amount of stuff that I'm getting, it's probably more economical to just use this recipe, the crafting recipe. It would be a lot faster. So I'm just gonna do this. I don't think one additional powder is going to be worth setting up a whole new machine for this. So we'll just do that, and that's my crafter full. It auto marks the thing as redeemed for what is done, despite if it does it or not. Probably because this thing is not controlled by Twitch, so they can't issue refunds for things that they don't control. That's basically it. Right, so we've set up 5 of the things for this mixer. So actually, let's go set up the mixer now. Mixer, I need a basin, just one. I need another blaze burner. How do I not have a blaze burner? Okay, let's go grab one. There we go. That's how the yellow mechanical essence recipe sounded. I don't know about that. Okay, so if I wanted to make the improved mechanical essence, this needs to go into my refined storage system. So what I'll do is I'll set it up somewhere over here. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, that does sound correct. I think I want to set this up over here.
Emergency message for Deadshot, you're a nerd.
I mean, that is true. Okay, why am I freezing? Hey! How'd you get here? What the heck? Why was there a random blitz outside over here? Yeah, I don't think they do that. Might need to raise the roof of my spawner. I mean, they seem to be spawning just fine. I think that one got picked up when I picked up the blaze with my blaze burner. I think it accidentally picked up both of them. It's definitely possible. Anywho, let's get back to work. Now, should I just grab the thing from here and extend it? I think I could extend it with a belt rather than using another motor. I think I'm gonna do it. And my sounds are gone again. Yeah, big old belt. Okay, I have no idea why my sounds are going, but it's really starting to bug me. Anyone have any ideas? It's not even able to keep up with the... There we go. That should make it keep up. Wait, it's still bugging out. Right click with a coal. What? What should I right click with a coal? Okay, why are you not keeping up? Why is this throttling? I've set it to power surge. Why is it throttling?
Test.
Electric motor has a power cap? But how does that make any sense? It should be able to accept 240 FE per tick. So why is it not able to? Eh? That doesn't seem right. I've never had this happen before. I've set up the electric motor many times before at 256 RPM, and it's never had a problem like this.
Test.
There seems to be a problem with the amount of power coming out of my flux point. Because you see how this is going to 0? That should not be happening. I think the reason why this is happening is because I've set this up. Oh, I've set this up directly over here. Great. I've set this up directly with the energy card and it's not pulling as much power as it should be. Maybe if I had a battery in between, that might work. Do we have any sort of like... I think energy cubes work, right? I can make a basic energy cube. What am I missing? Probably everything. And I'm missing steel. How am I missing steel? Just put it on the gen. I can't because I have the generator output sending energy to all of these through the laser nodes. So I can't set it up over there. I do have steel auto crafting. I just need to set it up again. Let me just do that. Mechanism, enriching factory, infusing factory, and smelting factory. Can make a basic energy cube, proceeds to have almost none of the items for it. Hey, come on. I do have the items for it. I just need to set them up again. Right, so I need to set up the infusers, set up the enrichment, and I should be good. Okay, why am I getting the extra from the bottom? Should this be working? Goodbye, anime teen. Right, I think I can set this up correctly. Ow! And looks like my sounds are messed up again. Okay, I need to figure this out. I'm not sure why the sounds are getting messed up. This is the first time I faced that issue. Now, I do have an enrichment chamber over here, which is not there. This one, which is set up to do all of these things. Maybe I could set up carbon over here. But actually, I think this would be easier. Let's just set up a redstone furnace. Like right here. Yeah, see?
Don't you just hate it when your cat wakes you up like this? Meow. 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 Meow.
Oh my god.
Meow.
Stop it.
Meow. 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 Meow.
Shut
Meow.
up.
Meow.
Shut
Meow.
up.
Meow.
Oh my god, that is ridiculous. I should just turn TTS off. You guys are evil. Alright, I'm gonna be outputting to the... Wait, I should be outputting to the top actually. And then this thing is going to accept extra from the top and input from the back. This thing is going to accept input extra from the top, input from the left. This thing is going to get input from the left, output to the back. There goes your custom sound command. This is going to eat all your points. No, Gray.
Hurrah! Turn it off. You. Hurrah!
Oh my god.
PLSO.
Get off. Ara. That ara is so funny. Okay, I need to set this up correctly.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I need another laser node.
I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping.
I had to, you guys just wouldn't stop abusing it. Oh, my diamond craft is full. I'm not going to be able to make more recipes for this. Was there a thing at one point that had people given custom sound commands? Yeah, if you have 25,000 points. Right, so on the downside, we're going to set this to extract. On the downside, this is going to be insert, insert. And I just need to link these up. I need to sneeze. Oh my god. Right, so that should be working. Perfect. You say that like I don't have 25k points. I mean, it's all yours. It's up to you. You can do it. I'm just gonna go down here and pull a cable all the way back here. I don't know what's wrong with the sounds, guys. I'm so sorry. Minecraft is just broke. Oh, by the way, the game did crash before the stream. And there we go. Greg Grayson has redeemed it. So what do you want? What is your command? Playing a bit of the start of Sea Shanty 2. I don't think that's a Minecraft command, Greg. That is a custom command in Minecraft. That's for like giving me an effect or like poisoning me or making me float.
True be the sea my matey.
Stuff like that. I don't think I can do Sea Shanty 2 in Minecraft. You gotta think of something that I can do in Minecraft. What's a pirate's favorite letter? A pirate's true love be the sea, my matey. You're too tired to read things properly. No worries, I'll refund that. If you, do you want me to refund it, or you can DM me whatever you want in Minecraft? Any of those two things work. It's up to you. Right, so this thing should now be active. Now, I don't know why I set this. Oh, right. I'll figure something at some point. Alright, sounds good. I need to make a recipe for steel. So steel ingots are going to be made like this. I need a processing pattern, and this is going to be steel. But instead of 1, I'm going to have 4. Or actually, maybe I can make 1. And this is just going to need iron ingots.
What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises.
Let's see, does this work?
Way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning.
There we go. Looks like the steel is working. Nice. Hey Charlie, how you doing? That's really bad at singing the shanty. I mean, it is a TTS. It is not a singing AI. Although that would be pretty neat. Did good. How about me? I'm a little bit sick, but apart from that, I'm okay. I be coughing and sneezing and stuff. And sniffling. Alright, why was I making the mechanical, the steel casing? Does anyone remember? Wish we still had the weekend. Ah yeah, that was from TTS Monster. That one I had to remove. I don't remember why, but I had to for some reason. Oh, we were making the basic energy cube. Right. Okay, so we got the energy cube. The command could be teleport me to a random point within 10 blocks of my current position. Yeah, so the cooldown would be every custom command has a once per stream cooldown, so you need to time it right. But yeah, I can do that. I can teleport myself to a random position. No problemo. Alright, now before I remove the plug, I need to make sure that this thing is set up correctly. So we're going to be inputting from the back and outputting on all sides. Actually, why don't I just set all of this to input output? Make it a little bit easier on myself. Now this might break my it might break my wither, but hopefully it doesn't. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, looks like you're still okay. Has anyone ever faced this issue before, chat? About the sounds? Maybe a restart would help? Maybe. But I've been facing so many issues lately that if I go to restart, it might just not work. So I don't want to take that risk. I'll just proceed with the scuffed stream. It's nothing new to us. We have scuffed streams all the time. Maybe this should go on top actually. I need to sneeze again. Oh my god. Why do I need to sneeze so much? It's the curse. It could be a curse. Alright, I think I'll keep this at 192. Is that gonna work? Nope, that's still stopping. About 128. Okay, 128 you seem to be doing well. So let's grab a belt. Belly. Hey, by the way, I finally saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 last night. Because my stream crashed. So I finally got the time to watch it. Pretty good movie. Pretty good movie. I liked it. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. I really did like it. Alright, there we go. So that looks perfectly normal. Nothing wrong with this at all. So I need to set up an exporter over here similar to the one that I have done here. You didn't know it was out yet? Hey, Jagan, how you doing? It's been a while. I need to set this as the recipe filter so that it doesn't make anything else. And grab an exporter. Now this exporter is going to need a crafting upgrade and a regulator upgrade. Came to luck. Thank you for the luck, dude. I appreciate it. Alright, let's see. Can I craft 2 upgrades? I can. Now can I craft a regulator upgrade? Oh, hey, hey. Who did what now? Oh,
Got this
Sabi.
thing to take care of.
Sabi. How was your stream, dude? Did you get anything done apart from getting mauled by your mobs? Hey, Amaron. It was good. Nice. You got water wheels set up? Ah, Dax, no. Well, I'm floating, chat. I'm floating. Sabi, how did you sub to me again this month? Didn't you sub at the start of the month? I'm fairly certain you did. Unless I'm just misremembering things. My stream, my world actually crashed before the stream started. And oh, I relaunched the game and it seemed to be working fine, but somehow, Sabi, my sounds are scuffed. Like, you hear my sounds are gone. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're gone. You hear? There's no cobble breaking sound right now. And then sometimes the block placing sound just breaks. I have no idea why. Oh, Mr. Nurse. So every time this happens, I need to go and change my device. I'm not sure why that's happening. Oh, dude, Greg. Oh my god.
Super Sneak Attack 3.
2000 bits by Greg. Well, I'm dead. Hey Devilish. Oh my god, how you doing? It's good to see you again. Oh god. Howdy doody. Don't mind me, I'm just dying over here. Don't mind me at all. Yeah, that's true, Greg. That's true. Yeah, we'll be dying a few times over here. Especially because I'm shrunk, which means that it takes me twice as long to kill these guys. Wonder if I can kill them in third person. Doing a bit better now that the sewer water has receded from the basement. Oh, that doesn't sound too good. Hopefully all of that has been fixed. I'm doing good. I got a little bit of a viral infection because of the change in weather. So I've got the sniffles and I'm coughing and sneezing all over the place. But other than that, I'm doing okay. Yeah, you are laughing at me. And that's absolutely allowed. I mean, that's the job of the streamer, right? Making people entertained. Oh wow, I just got some really good shots in there. And now I'm gonna die. I got like 6 shots in there.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. You are.
You are. Yeah, I'm taking the medication for it, so hopefully I should recover soon, Devilish. Yes, I got 10 hits in there. 8 hits. If I had my armor and sword, these guys would stand no chance. Ah, oh, but oh. By the way, I've been meaning to ask, like, a grey spawned Ravagers, Lord Jaja. I've been meaning to ask people in chat, like, any of you got any experience with audio interfaces? Define audio interfaces. USB interface that connects to an XLR mic. Physical. Basically, I'm having an issue right now that I'm at my wit's end because I can't understand why it's happening. So have I got an audio DAC in between? That thing is the DAC. So basically what I have is a Focusrite Scarlett Solo, and what it does is it takes the input from my microphone and it connects via USB to my computer, and then I have a headset that is also connected directly to it, so it does take my computer's output into my headphones. And the problem I'm facing is that in OBS there's a couple of scenes where every time I have the scene active, any audio that I play on my computer, I start getting crackles in my headphones. But as of now, like on the screen, on the OBS scene that I am right now, which is the game screen, I don't hear any crackling whatsoever. But let's say I was in my my stream starting screen, which has the 5-minute like countdown, and I played some audio on my other monitor. Let's say I have some video going on in the back end, I would get so much crackling, and I can't figure out why it's doing that. I just can't figure it out. Yeah, it's like every time there's audio playing, there's a lot of feedback and a lot of crackling. But then when I move to this scene, which is my game screen, there's no crackling whatsoever. I just can't figure it out. Like, I changed the drivers, I reinstalled, uninstalled, changed my USB cable. I changed my XLR cables for my mic because I thought that was the issue at first. Just can't figure it out. It's only happening to 2 of the OBS scenes. I deleted the scenes, recreated them. I'm still facing that issue, and I just can't seem to figure it out. So there's Subby, and my sounds are gone again. And this issue has just started happening today with the sounds. Okay, why is this not working? I'm out of power. What? Oh my god. Is this not transferring power? It should be. Oh no. I've made a mistake, chat. I've made a horrible mistake. This energy cube does not have enough power to work. Yeah, you see this? Yeah, I need a lot higher power transfer speed for this. So I don't use a software audio manager as an in-between. So I don't need to, because all my audio is routed directly either from my Scarlett Solo or within my computer. So I don't need an audio manager. So for example, my microphone comes directly through the interface. My game sounds come directly through OBS. My music comes through a virtual audio cable. And my stream sounds, that's like all the commands and stuff, come through another audio cable. Yeah, I'm looking at getting another audio interface. Like, I was looking at getting the Go XLR, but it's really expensive, and it's also ending support. So kind of looking into different options now. But yeah, I probably need to go for something like that. Yeah. I might go for the Elgato Wave XLR, maybe. Recommend looking at voice meter. So I've heard of people talk about voice meter. What is it exactly? Okay, so I don't have atomic alloy, so I can't do that. But what is the power that this can provide? Is it 25,000 kFE? Yeah, I think I've heard of people say voice meter banana or something. I never really gave it much thought because I just installed the virtual audio cable plugin. Or not plugin, but whatever that thing is. And that seems to be working just fine for me. So I never considered using any routing as such. Banana is the base one people use. So I'm guessing that one is like free and then there's other versions that are paid, maybe? Right, I'm gonna just store this over here for now. How much power do you do? 25,600 kFE per tech. That's the max amount. Banana is the base one. Potato is the next level one that is donateware. Okay, so you can still use it, but it'll pause everything for an ad for the donate thing. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Probably don't want something like that. I think the base version should be fine, right? Should be fine with banana. So how does voice meter work exactly? So do you just push all of your audio into voice meter and then assign the sources accordingly? So let's say I had my OBS sources. Instead of setting them to whatever sources I have right now, I would set them to voice meter outputs and then send my audio into voice meter inputs. Right? Is that how it works? Plug every source into it, then set them to go to different outputs. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I guess I could do that. It doesn't sound too difficult. Yeah, I'll probably just need to take some time to figure it out. You can adjust the individual levels for each source. I was kind of thinking of getting a mixer that could do that for me. Like a mixer and an audio interface in one. Because I got the Scarlett Solo, but this thing has been basically a waste of money for me. I should have just got a proper mixer interface. I mean, I could probably just look it up on YouTube. You've got a Scarlett going through banana and it's fine. So which Scarlett do you have? Do you have a Solo? Do you have a 2i2? Because I have the Solo, the 3rd gen Solo. Solo? Yeah, that's the one I have as well. It's been giving me problems since day one. Oh my god, my sounds are gone again? I need to understand what that problem is now. You also have a USB wireless headset, so you don't have your headset plugged into it. Yeah, I got a DT770 Pro, so that's plugged into the Scarlett directly, and that seems to be working for the most part. But it's ever since I've plugged it in, I'm starting getting those crackling issues. Because when I had a wireless headset of my own, a Logitech G435. and I never had any crackling issues with that. So I wonder if my interface is just bugged. Try F3 plus S or F3 plus T once you're having audio issues. Okay, okay. Will do. Right, now for this exporter, I need to set up these 6 items. So let's go ahead and set these up. I also need to make sure that this only works with the redstone signal. So the first thing is going to be a control circuit. Sounds are overrated except Sax and XP played it once. That's never gonna happen again. My ears are bleeding. Right, fire charge, earth charge, ice charge, lightning charge. Okay, I think that should be everything. Now, we have the charges automated. We have the basic control circuit automated. The only thing that's left is the regular mechanical essence. Now, we also need to pull this stuff out of here and back into the refined storage system. On your work computer, every time there's updates, you have audio crackling issues, you have to shut it all down, unplug everything, plug it back, and restart. Oh my god. Yikes. That sounds rough. I don't think you can drag from the left. No, it doesn't allow you. You can only drag from this side, which is a pain, but it's okay. I can work with it. It is a little bit dumb, but I've kind of gotten used to it at this point. Maybe it can be an addition for JEI in 120. Who knows? Oh, look at that. There's a little bit of a texture mismatch happening over here. We are Dell, but our new overlords have a deal with Lenovo. I think Dell is okay if they're not trying to pull their crap with their warranty and stuff like that. Other than that, they're okay. Right, I just need to check this. Are you going to be putting stuff in? You are, but you're not going to allow stuff to go out because this importer is not set correctly. So let's set up a whitelist over here with the improved mechanical essence. So that should make it work. Now the only thing that's left is to make sure that this blaze burner is actually blaze burning. So let's take a blaze burner and see what we can feed this to make it burn. We can feed it heavy oil. We can feed it lava. And light oil. And ethanol. And yeeting. Who's eating me? We could feed it plant oil, seed oil, and tree oil. Now that would be fun, but I think I'm just gonna go for lava. Alright, Greg, thank you so much for joining in. It was a pleasure having you here. Hopefully I shall see you again sometime. Thank you for all the support, by the way. Really appreciate it. Alright, chat, I think it's time to take another future loan from the Wandering Trader for bamboo, because there's literally no other way to get it. Yeah, I'll look into Voicemeeter. I probably don't have much of a choice, to be honest. Okay, I think my audio is bugged out again. I'm gonna do the F3 plus T thing. Hang on. I just need to count my deaths. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 36 deaths once again. That's the second time today that we've had 36 deaths. Alright, I'm just going to do F3 plus T real quick. I hope that doesn't crash my game. Let's find out. There's a new update for Stream Elements, by the way. The activity feed in OBS got updated. I'm not sure if I like it. It's a lot more rounded, a lot more childish than it used to be. I don't know if I like it. Okay, sound seems to be alright. We'll see if it works. We'll see if it keeps working. Now, I think I'm just gonna feed this blaze burner lava. So that's going to need a magma crucible. Some nether bricks. A flux point. An EMC link. And some netherrack. And a straw. Now the straw comes from bamboo. So I need to get myself a gearbox. Probably a vertical one. There we go. That's gonna give me my straw. Straw goes into the blaze burner. So now this blaze burner should start accepting the stuff. Let's see if it works. Right, it would work if I gave it power. Oh god. What did I break? I did not mean to break that. Yes. Okay. So the magma crucible can automatically output into the blaze burner. So this thing is working just fine. Which means that if I said ignore this. Yep, there we go. So my improved mechanical essence is completely automated now. Because I had 2 of those, now I have 3. Alright, I think that is perfect. So we have everything. Now we need to craft the regular mechanical essence, which hopefully shouldn't take as long. But I think this is going pretty well. Okay. So what is the next thing that I need to do? In order to set up the regular mechanical essence, I'm going to need bronze rod, steel gears, invar gears, and basic mechanical essences. So maybe I should have set up steel gears over here. Well, I guess I could do them crafting on demand, so that's not a big deal. Okay, so what I would need for this would be a multi-servo press, or 3 of them, and then I need some dies. So I need 1 of these and 2 of these. And let's see if this can work. Give me some cables for power. Yeah, I don't think my sounds are completely back yet. I can hear cutouts happening sometime. Okay, so if I set the input to the back, I can set the output to the top. And then I can have a crafter coming through the back. So we'll see if that happens. Come on, crafter. Yeah, those didn't make any sound whatsoever. Then I will need some importers. And 1 cable. I think I can connect this up using cables from here. So I don't need to get this going back down again. I can just do this and that'll work. So I'm going to put the rod die over there, gear working die, input from back, output from the top. And now I just need to put the recipes in here. So let's go ahead and make some recipes. The first one is going to be Invar gear, second one steel gear, and third one bronze rods. So Invar gear is made like this. Steel gear is made like this. And bronze rods are made like this. Right, that's the end of our patterns. I believe that should work though. So now I definitely need to have an induction smelter set up for Invar and for bronze. Thank you, Stream Elements. Alright. So Invar, steel we have set up over here. So that's not a problem. And then bronze. So bronze comes from... What does bronze come from? How does bronze come? What? Copper and tin. Right. So I need to set this up. Okay. So I need to set up copper and tin production. And then I need to set up iron and nickel for Invar. Wow, this is going to be much harder than I thought. Did not expect that. Okay, that's fine though. All of these materials should go back into our refined storage system where they will come out into another mixer. I don't think I have another one. So I need to make another mixer. Now we should have a basin. So I need an exporter. I need an importer. I'm going to need those upgrades once again from refined storage. Rift Apart is doing the final download. Rift Apart. Is that Ratchet and Clank? I've never played that. I've never played any Ratchet and Clank games. Okay, I think I'll set this one up like right here. So we have some cobblestone. So let's go ahead and put one over here with a basin. Can't wait to play. Oh my god. Are you for real? I might need to raise the roof on this thing. Alright, let's do it. How do I... I might have made a bit of a mistake. There we go. So I kind of just need to get rid of this. Ouch. No. No, don't hurt me. I'm your creator. Oh my god. Oh, they're killing me. They're killing me, chat. Run away. Okay, I think that should do it. Now they should probably not escape. If I've done things right, they should probably not escape because they're not dying anymore until they do. Okay, let's get back to work. So I need some more cables. I need some more covers. So the cable goes like this and this. And then I'll put the exporter over here and the importer over here. And I need to make sure I have one of these regular mechanical essences. This thing is going to be the recipe filter. And I'm also going to put this as the whitelist for the importer, so it doesn't pull anything else. And then I guess I can just increase the size of the belt so that we can get it running on the same electric motor. I need a shaft for this. And then I need another belt. Can't you just increase the belt size by doing this? Hey, nasty Nigel. Why is this not increasing? That's weird. Oh, is it not long enough? That could be the problem. Hi, Nasty Nigel. How you doing? I think the belt might not be long enough. Belts have a 25 block range. That would explain a lot. There we go. Now it's fixed. Just a little bit more scuffed than it was before, but it's fixed. Right, so this thing is going to make the regular mechanical essence. So let's set all of this stuff up. We need some bronze rods. We need some steel. Ooh, actually, you're gonna start. Yeah, I knew it. I'm gonna start putting this stuff straight in. We don't want that. We only want it to work when we tell it to work. Right. So that's done. So now when we tell this to work, it should start putting one of each item. Yep. But we need more than one rod, right? We need 2 rods. So that should start working. Perfect. Actually perfect. And then that's going to be imported by a refined storage system. Now we need to figure out how to make Invar, and steel is done, so Invar and bronze. Now I think a pretty simple solution would just be to have tin, iron, nickel and copper being created in redstone furnaces with EMC links. And then they can go into induction smelters. So I need 2 induction smelters. And yeah, that should be it. And then that's just going to go into my system. So I'm going to have some drawers. I just need compacting drawers and I need pistons. Maybe I should set up a recipe for pistons, but my crafter is full right now. So I'm going to craft them by hand. So I want 4 compacting drawers. Now each of these is going to have some ingots in them. So we're going to have copper, Invar. We're also going to have iron and bronze. No, iron and something else. Nickel. So that's copper. That's Invar. Wait, I don't think I need Invar. Invar is for the gears. We don't need that. I need iron. I need tin. And what was the last thing that I needed? copper and tin, iron and nickel. Do I have any? I do. Right, so those are going to be the 4 things that I need. And I guess I can just put them like this. Doesn't matter where they go. It just matters that they are connected. Because that's going to allow me to store a lot of these ingots. So, let's go ahead and set this up. I'm going to need more cables. Gonna make some steel? Yes, I can. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna get the redstone furnace. So these things, oh, right. That's that needs to be placed over here. So we have the induction smelter in between. And then I need those slot locks so that I can prevent these from having more than one item. Or more than 2 items, that is. And then EMC links on top of each of these redstone furnaces. And I think this should be it. Inputs are going to be from either side for the induction smelter, and output is going to be from the back. And then for the redstone furnace, input from the top, output from the side. I think this thing is completely set up. Only thing left is to output from the induction smelter into my refined storage system. Now I think I need a few more cables than that. And there we go. This setup should be complete now. This is what I should have been doing from the beginning, which I didn't. So, okay. The first thing is going to be getting all the raw versions. So we need raw iron, copper, tin, and nickel. And I think I'll give raw iron and nickel over here. And then copper and tin over here. And that should start working as soon as we get the second iron. Perfect. Now, I just realized that I'm going to need more copper and iron than I need nickel and tin. So I'm going to upgrade these links with the dark EMC links. So for iron and copper, I'll do this and this. Raw copper, raw iron. And that should just make it go more items. Although this would need some upgrades anyway. I'll work on the upgrades later. No big deal. Right now, what's important is that we're getting the ingots produced. Because that's going to mean that since we have Invar being created and bronze, I probably should have drawers for those as well. Would be a good idea. So let's grab some more pistons and make compacting drawers for these before I start running out of space in my refined storage system. So, ingots. I'm gonna need some Invar and some bronze. They're gonna be locked. Hey Ral, what's good? Everything's good. Life is good. Twitch is back to normal, so I am happy. Right, so that should start putting Invar in here. Yes, there it goes. Perfect. What's the word limit? I think it's like 200 or something. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's 200. Right, so the last thing that's needed is the basic mechanical essence. Now this thing is going to be another little Another little setup. Although this you can just craft automatically, so I can put this in a sequential fabricator, no big deal. And then the copper rods can be created in a multi-servo press. And then aluminum and iron gears. Okay, this one is pretty simple. So let's grab our cables. So what do I need for this? The first thing is going to be a multi-servo press, or 3 multi-servo presses. And then the dies. Like so. These are all going to be importing back into the system. Actually, should I have these importing from the top? Because these are converting raw items. Yeah, I think this one is going to be a little bit different. So we'll do it like this. And then just importers on the back. I just hope I don't run out of sand, because I'm going to need a lot of sand for all the glass that I'm making. Right, there we go. Now this thing is going to need redstone furnaces from the top. So copper, aluminum and iron. 3 redstone furnaces. And then some links. 2 of these, 1 of this. Now this is also going to need power somehow. So I need to figure out power for this. I guess I could bring the power out from back here. Or I could just, yeah, hang on. I'm just gonna get some more cables and do a flux point, because I do have some extra flux points. So I can do that. And then I can make more cables. One and 2. So I don't need to mess with bringing the power from below, which makes it a little bit easier, I guess. Now the rods are being created here, so we're going to put the raw copper over there, iron and aluminum, and they're just going to make the gears and stuff. Now do I need the gears? Actually, I just realized that I wanted to craft the gears on demand. So if I was doing the gears and the rods and stuff on demand, then I can't really do this setup, because that would not work. So copper, aluminum and iron would need to go separately. Alright, good to know that I can figure things out. So this is going to change. It's going to be output from the top, input from the back. And then I'm going to need 3 crafters over there. This can be output to the back. Actually, how am I outputting over here? At the back, yes. So that's going to be the same thing. Like so. And then, hey Rel, how do you use TTS Labs? You can find out by doing this. Just check out that website. That should give you an idea. No worries. Okay, so the importers are going to go to the top. So that means I need 3 crafters. And I'm missing silicon. There we go. I knew I was going to run out of silicon eventually. How much quartz do I have? I have 441 quartz. Oh, I don't have a recipe for that. Hang on. Give me a pattern, please. Thank you. Silicon me up. So that's going to go into here. And then give me 3 crafters. Now you should be able to do it. Perfect. Yes, so character name, colon, and then the text. Yes. That is correct. Alright, so the crafters are donezo. I'm just gonna put them like this and then turn them around. Okay, so now all the crafters are in place. I just need to make the recipes for these. Also, where are my dyes? Didn't I put the dyes in here? Oh, did you suck the dyes out? Oh, you did, didn't you? Sneaky, sneaky refined storage. There we go. Now the dyes are back in place. And I need to make some more patterns for this. What the heck is that?
Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room a rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy, crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room a rubber room
God.
with rats. Rats make me crazy, crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room a rubber room. With rats. Rats make me crazy, crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room a rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy, crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a...
Oh my god. Yeah, that was crazy, crazy. It was kind of crazy, to tell you the truth. Alright, so I need raw copper, raw iron, and raw aluminum. Where's the bauxite? There it is. Raw copper, raw bauxite, raw iron. I don't think I have a drawer for bauxite. I have one for copper. I have one for iron. I don't have one for bauxite. So let's grab one of these. And we'll put aluminum into a drawer. Do I have any more aluminum, or is it still crafting? Okay, you are crafting, but you're not outputting because we didn't have any importers over here. So good thing that I can put the drawer back in place before that. What's the name of the person who made Cryptopolis? I think it was Cryptic. Alright, there we go. So that is now done. So look at the amount of machines we have, by the way. Check this out. That looks pretty ridiculous. I like it. So this is all going to make all the stuff that we need. And then I just need one, what do you call the thing? Sequential fabricator. So make me one of these. And then I need to put the pattern for the basic essence, which I do have. Yeah, so my motor is over here, and I'm just bringing the speed along to these using the belts. That's basically what I'm doing. Right, so I need the rods and the gears. That's going to be the recipe. And then I need to put this on input back, output to the top. And then this is going to be... Oh, actually, I could do this the other way. So input from the top, output to the back. And then have a crafter up top over here. Name is cryptic _ MDP in CurseForge. Huh, I didn't know that. Should you play Valorant or try Genshin? It's up to you, dude. You could do anything you want. Me personally, I'm just trying to get all these mechanical essences crafted at the exact same time, which is not going to be easy, but I shall try my best. Right, so the basic mechanical essence, this is going to be the pattern. Wait, can I craft this directly? Why am I even setting up a... Oh, I'm so stupid. I don't even need this. I can just set this up inside my refined storage. Basically, I am just big dumb. Okay, can I get an iron crafter? I can. Can I get a gold crafter? I cannot. Now I can. If I could make the neural processors. And another one. It's up to you, dude. You gotta decide that on your own. This needs to go in here. Then I should be able to upgrade to a gold crafter. Now I should probably just put the raw neural processor recipe in place. And then the neural processor one can go in here. I'll remove this for now, just for the foreseeable future. How many diamonds do I have? 24. That's not gonna be enough, is it? Let's grab a stack and let's pulverize them. I do have a pulverizer. I should have some flint. That'll give me a little bit of extra diamonds. Let's see how long this takes. You do not answer choice question with it's your choice. So here's the thing. I feel really uncomfortable telling other people what to do. So what I would say, Ral, is flip a coin. And heads play Valorant, tails play Genshin. Or any other permutation or combination that you would like. And if you don't have a coin in real life, you can flip a coin on a browser as well. So no biggie. Yeah, flip a coin and decide. It's heads. All right, play Valorant then. Right, so the raw neural processor should be done by now. There we go. Got another diamond crafter. And now I can put these patterns in here. I think I'll just let this pulverizer continue making diamonds for me. You forgot? Your accounts are banned. Why are your accounts banned, dude? That doesn't sound good. Right, now I'm pretty sure that all of this stuff should be set up correctly. I'm fairly certain. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. That's going to start putting stuff in. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other ones. So this one and this one. I'm fairly certain that if I have done everything correctly, this thing should continue working. I believe I've done everything correctly anyway. Look at that. So we're getting all the charges. We're getting the improved essence. We're getting the regular essence, which is the basic one. Now what's taking long over here? Steel. So I need to upgrade my steel factories. So that's going to be 4, 4, 4, and 4. So I need 16 upgrades. You play CSGO, but you messed up when you decided to make a custom 1280 by 1080 resolution. Shouldn't that be changeable in the config files? Okay, if I wanted to make 16 of these, I would need a lot more infused alloy. Let's make 64 of those. Why am I losing out on alloys? Oh, I haven't put any upgrades in here. Ouch. You're not a programming guy? I mean, you could probably just YouTube it. There might be a fix if you can find a YouTube video. I'm going to grab 64 more alloy. I need it. I need the alloy. Yeah, you can YouTube it. Also, why is the redstone not... Oh, it is working. Okay, okay. Right, 16x should make this go a little bit faster. Now do not have any glass. So let's craft 64. Oh, I'm missing sand. Good God, I'm actually missing sand. Is there any fast way of making sand? I don't think so. I think the crusher is the only way. Let's get a crushing factory. Now this thing doesn't have... Yeah, it's fully upgraded. So I'm just going to set this up over here with a crafter. It should be able to do everything. Come on, crafter. And one importer, please. Crafter goes on top. Importer goes on the back of the crusher. Eject on. Oh, right. I need a cable. I also need to bring the alloys out so that they don't get used up. And then I need to make the recipes for cobblestone to gravel and gravel to the other thing, sand. So I guess I could do 64 of these. Doesn't make sense to make just one, right? Right, so that should do. That's gonna go in here. Let's grab some glass. So if I craft glass now, it should start crafting sand. Perfect. So that's gonna be a lot easier. And then once all that is done, that's just going to be smelted up over here. Why are you smelting charcoal? Huh. Why is it smelting charcoal? Also, I need some stack upgrades. Maybe I need to wait a little bit for that. I should have a stack upgrade in there. So if I grab all the charcoal from here and just chuck it in here, that should do. Same thing with the glass. Yeah, that'll do. Ooh, we got plenty of diamonds, so that's nice. Do we have 64 glass? Yes, we do. Let's go ahead and make a stack upgrade. And then I need some osmium dust, which I have plenty of. I need 16 of these. There we go. I made a little bit extra glass and alloy, but I think that's fine. There we go. That's going to make steel processing much faster, which means we can make more of these gears. and things. And maybe I can like put 64 of these in stock. About a 40 euro knife skin in Valorant out of pressure of limited can buy only now. Yeah, you should never do that. That is the biggest waste of money you can do. You're literally buying pixels on a screen. Like, that is the worst investment you can ever make. I'm going to need upgrades for these as well. So this is completely upgraded. Then 8, 8. I think this should be fine. So I'm just going to need upgrades for those. Yeah, I do not like microtransactions in game. I am not a big fan. Why chat messages not appearing? Yeah, I can see them. No, the limited can buy now message would not show because you had quotation marks. Quotation mark messages don't show up in chat. So if your messages have quotation marks in them, then that message won't show up over here. Yeah, that's just the way it works. Okay, do I have the glass? I do. I'm going to need some gold dust. That should be enough. Or maybe I should just use raw gold for this. I can enrich raw gold, right? Yeah, so 3 makes 4. So 4 4s are 16, 3 4s are 12. So I need 12 of these to be enriched. And once they're enriched, they can just be exported out. There we go. And then for the osmium, I do have that. So I got 8 and 8. Aha! So now my infusers over here are going to be maxed out and be able to work a lot faster. Perfect. So I believe that should be pretty much everything done. So the only thing I'm really missing is the elite control circuits. Now that's going to happen over here slowly. But I am producing the items. Yeah, look at that. That's being produced. So that's 31. Should that not go up to 32? And this is full speed, by the way. So this thing is really slow for some reason. So I feel like this fluid encapsulator is going to back up. I may need to put down a watch of flowing time over here to make this faster. That could be a necessity. Because this thing is taking way too long. Okay, I think I'm going to do it. So I need a dark matter pedestal and I think it needs to go like 5 blocks. So I can do F3 plus B and see the bounding box of this thing, which is going to be all of this stuff over here. Okay, I think that's fine. And then the dark matter pedestal goes on top of there. Now the problem with this is going to be that I need to put the time destabilizing, localized time destabilizers in here. Otherwise it's not going to work. So this should now start working. Yeah, look at that. Look at the speed of that thing. So much faster. All right. I think we have a successful setup, chat. Look at that. Your enemies are bad. Wow. That is quite a setup, I must say. I like it. I'm happy with it. It's not the best. It could be a lot better. But it is my setup. And I'm proud of it. Yeah, and this is working much faster. Now I believe the refined fuel is... Yeah, it's gonna go a little bit lower until we can finish, you know, this backlog of items. But I feel like it should still be fast enough. Because we have fully upgraded these machines. So it should be fine. Oh, thank you, Blues. Yeah, I love this setup. It is a huge setup, but it goes from start to finish. Like from the start with all the raw materials to the gears, and then the what do you call these? The alloys, and then the gears for the alloys. Then they go into the create stuff. This goes into this. This goes into this. All of the stuff in between. We have literally fissile fuel being created over here. Hey, Super Mario. Thanks for the lurk, Ral. So yeah, this is a pretty large setup just for one item. But it's worth it, isn't it? 459,000 EMC when I create one of those. I think it's fairly worth it. Now the only thing that I need to figure out is how to get 240 of those. Because we need the essence, right? We can't just use the essence to make the crystals, because we need to make more of these essences, because every essence is used in making the final star shards. So I definitely need to have like 240 of these, if I remember correctly. I need some nether stars, and I need refined radiance and nitro crystals and precision mechanisms. So how many final star shards do I need? Wow, I need 100 for a creative blaze cake? No, I just need one and repeat the sequence 100 times. Okay. That's not as bad as I thought. But I definitely need a lot more of these. And then the final star shard is used in making the final EMC link and the creative chemical tank. And it's used in making the final star. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I need 12 of these minimum. But I also need 2 over here. So 13, 14, and 15, 16. Yeah, so I think I need 16 of these total. And 16 times 20 is how much? Does anyone have any idea? I do. It's 320. So I basically need 5 stacks of essence. Okay, I can do that. So I got 5 stacks of the basic one already. I'm just going to need to craft 5 stacks of these. And that would probably need a lot of these like raw materials, which I don't have a lot of. Maybe I need to work my way on these. Get a few more. Oh my god, I'm running low on iron. Probably need to get some raw iron. That should give me a little bit extra. And I'll probably work on the essences in my own time. It's gonna be a while before I can get all of these. What about the precision mechanism? I need to set up the precision mechanism again, because I don't have it set up. So I would need 320 precision mechanisms as well. Ouch, I don't think these things stack, do they? So that's going to be a little bit difficult. Because each of these will need 5 cogwheels, 5 large cogwheels, and 5 iron nuggets. So how much is 320 times 5? That's 1600. That's a lot of items. I'm not sure I can do that just now. I would also need a lot of nitro crystals, 320 of those. So if I wanted to make nitro crystals, what am I missing? I'm missing 40 blocks of redstone, which is not a problem. But I'm also missing 20 nether stars. 20 nether stars. How do I get a nether star? I can get it from the Wither Builder. Right, with the Metallurgic Infuser. I don't think I have this recipe set up, do I? Darkness Essence. I do have a Metallurgic Infuser. I just don't have anything in it. So I could set this up. It's really not that difficult. Basically, I would need my enriching factory, which is making enriched stuff, to also make Essence of Darkness. Hey, come on. So enriched Essence of Darkness comes from enriched obsidian and Essence of Darkness. But I need the enriched obsidian for this, don't I? I think this is the recipe. Or is it 2 of these? I think it's 2. As if you look at this recipe, it takes 40 millibuckets of refined obsidian, which is basically 2 of these. And then I can just chuck this. No, it doesn't go over here because this is an infusing recipe. So I have the recipe for enriched obsidian. So this is going to go along over here. Alright, once again I need a crafter. Wow, I got a sneeze so suddenly I almost didn't get the mute button on time. I would have sneezed right into everyone's ears. Oh, I barely managed to reach it. Oh. That was close. That was really close. Alright, so this crushing, this infuser is going to make us enriched Essence of Darkness, and then that enriched Essence of Dark. Oh right, that can't be done like this. How am I going to get this stuff into the extra slot? Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Should I put it over here? So in here. But then that would just go in there, and then I don't have any. No, I don't have any slots for that. I'm gonna have to do a new one over here. Okay, so the way this is gonna be set up is we'll have this on the back. So output will be on the back. Input will be from the top. And extra will be from the front. And then we'll get a crafter like this into a barrel. This is going to be the same setup that I did for the other one over there. And then the Essence of Darkness and enriched obsidian are both going to go into the barrel. Oh, actually, I could make this a little bit easier. By putting the barrel over here. Because that would mean that I share one single laser node for this rather than using 2 different ones. Yeah, I think I need that. So, that should work. Only difference being that I would probably need to put the importer on the side. That's not a bad idea. I can do that. And then I need a laser node. Right here. Now, what this is going to do is if I take some item cards. Hey, who's eating me? Super Wario. Why you eat me, man? Right, so the first card is just going to be extracting. It's going to basically extract all the items. No big deal. The second thing is going to be on the downside, I'm going to insert. And this thing needs a filter now. So I'm going to need some filters. 2 of them should be enough. And in this one, I'm going to have the input item, which is Essence of Darkness. Right? And then in the second card, I'm going to have another filter. This one is going to be
Chat wants you
Enriched
to get up and
Obsidian.
stretch. Oi, Deadshot. Chat wants you to consume H2O.
Good morning, Hickenel. How's it going? Alright, give me 1 minute, I'll do that. Now this is facing north, so I think this should be correct. Let's go ahead and check. If I ask for some Enriched Essence of Darkness, let's see what happens. There we go. Perfect. That worked perfectly. Alright, I need to get up and stretch and consume H2O. Just give me a moment. Stretching. Oh, thank you, Stream Elements. Alright, Hickenel. Today I just managed to set up all of this. This is basically start to finish mechanical essence. Basic mechanical essence, regular mechanical essence, improved mechanical essence, and advanced mechanical essence. All 4 of them, all crafted in this setup. Yeah, it took me a while. I would have finished this yesterday, but Twitch messed up, so... the effigies, I just did it with the click machine. So basically what I have set up over here is the effigies are automated like this. So we make the effigies in the Art of Tools crafter. The effigy goes into the drawer. From there, it goes into the laser node. It round robins into these fluid encapsulators, which have their liquids coming in from magma crucibles behind them. And then they go in there. They turn into their effigies. Then they are transported into the click machines with laser nodes. They click, they produce the mob. The mob crusher kills them, and then the loot goes into the ender chest directly into my system. Works pretty well. My bottleneck right now is my speed of effigy creation. But I have plenty of stuff. 3,287 blaze rods, 2,873 blitz modes, and all of this. So I'd say it's not that bad. Yeah, the only thing I need to speed up is my creation of soul stones. So I'm not sure why it's so slow. I think it's because of the glowstone. I'm missing a lot of glowstone. So maybe I can increase that speed a little bit with some better EMC links. That just needs regular... Are you going to make a 10-hour stream? No, I haven't thought about it. Probably not though. Alright, I'm going to need to stop this for a minute. As I need to get some of those essences. Could you craft, please? What are you waiting for? You should be crafting. I have Invar. Why are you not making the gear? You have the recipe. The input and output is set. What you did is you got to the point that you had to bulk craft items that are needed for things. Yeah, I pretty much set it to be on demand. Now, I don't know why this is not crafting, because I've set the crafting pattern, so that should be working. It has a crafting upgrade, it has a regulator upgrade. So for some reason, it's just not crafting the stuff. There we go. Now it is. Oh my god. I know what's happening. It's making gear working dies. Why did that happen? Why did it suck up the gear? That should now make the gear. I don't know why the die disappeared. It should only be able to pull the output slot. There we go. Seems to be fixed now. That was super weird. No idea why. Right, I need to make a better version of this link. There we go. Can I make a better version of this one? That would need the improved essence. Okay. Don't care that much about it. So I think I'll just go for this one. I just need to replace this with this. Set this to glowstone. And that should speed up the process quite a bit of making the effigies. There you go. See how much faster that is? Alright, perfect. How are you doing on the power? Pretty good. Pretty good. I will power surge this and bypass limit just to be safe. And are you full? Yeah, you are full. I think this should be able to keep up now. So if I set this to 256... Why are you still doing this? Yeah, I'm limiting them on purpose. I'm not upgrading them to the max. Alright, Hikana, do you have any idea why the electric motor is not managing to keep up with the speed? If you set it to 256. You see the power on top? It keeps dropping. It doesn't stay at 2K, even though it should. Is it limited to the amount of power that it accepts? Oh, there we go. That seems to have fixed it. Make a flux storage. I have a battery in between over here. How would a flux storage help? Okay, anyway, this is working, so. And we've already gone from 140 million EMC to 197. So, I'd say we're doing pretty well, all things considered. So, is there anything that's left over here? The improved essence. Why am I not getting any improved essence? Okay, looks like I am. It's not going in here though. Oh, that's why. The end goal of the pack is just to craft all of the creative items. It's nothing too spectacular. Pretty basic. But the next thing I need to do is craft a wither builder, or like find a way to get nether stars. And that's what I need to work my way towards. So we were doing the wither skeleton, which needs darkness essence and skeleton skulls. Now skeleton skulls are a thing that we can craft. I do have the recipe for these. Is the flux networks itself? Basically, flux networks are limited on the output going to certain things, but the flux storage fixes it. Okay. If that's the case, let's go ahead and make some flux. Does the basic flux storage provide enough, or do I need to make more? Basic should be enough. All right. So that would need me to make 6 flux blocks. Shouldn't be too difficult. And then that allows me to make the basic flux storage. So I guess I can just chuck this somewhere over here. I'll put it directly above my controller. That should fill up fairly quickly. And it is full. So now if I remove this, that should still work, right? Yeah, there we go. No idea why this is fixed, but seems to be fixed. That's so weird. I'm guessing because it moves the change over here. So the positive and negative change happens over here, which means that it doesn't need to happen calculated on the point itself. That's probably the only thing I can think of. Alright, now in order to make the nether star, I will need another metallurgic infuser. I need a crafter. So let's grab a crafter. Let's grab another importer. How many of these have I made today? It's got to be a lot. Come on. And then, what was the recipe for the wither skeleton skull? So I need 40 millibuckets of essence. So what I think I'll do is I'll give enriched darkness essence instead. Actually, do I even need another crafter, or could I just do it over here? I could just do it over here, right? So if I give this enriched essence, it should go into the extra slot. Yeah, I think I can do this over here. So essence of darkness goes into the input slot. Similar to that, skeleton skulls will go into the input slot. And then enriched essence of darkness will go into this slot. I think I may have figured it out. Without needing to use all of this stuff. Let's see. So if I ask for a wither skeleton skull, is it going to make it? I'm just going to need some of this. Enriched essence of darkness, 2 of these, 2 of these. Now, do I have the soul stone recipe? I do. Or body stone. Not the soul stone. Let's see. Wither skeleton skull. I need 3 of these. Can you make 4? Looks like you can. But you have darkness essence stored here. Why? Why does it have darkness essence here? I think this didn't work correctly. If I ask for 3. So it says enrich essence of darkness to craft 2, available 1, to craft 1, available 2. Okay. Yeah, it's leaving darkness essence. Oh, is it because it's... Oh, right. I made a mistake. Right, I made a mistake. So it doesn't craft 80 millibuckets for this, does it? It extracts 20 times. So I need to adjust it for that. I didn't adjust it correctly. That's why we're getting extra darkness essence left behind. Okay, so what was the essence recipe for this? Infusing things with raw essence is inefficient. If I enrich it first, I can extract 20 times more darkness. So one of these gives me 10 millibuckets. And how much does this give? 200. So each of these is 200. And each of these needs 40. So I need to change my recipe over here then. Instead of having 2 skeleton skulls, I need this to be 5. I think that should be correct. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's okay. Now let's try this again. Are you gonna work? Looks like you are. Alright. Alrighty. That has worked. So I guess the next thing would be to set up a wither builder. Do I have another star? I actually do have a wither builder. Soul sand comes from EMC. So I would need a link for this. Actually, I can get a dark EMC link. And then I would need an exporter to export the wither skeleton skulls. Probably with a crafting upgrade. So I can get a crafting upgrade relatively easily. I don't think speed upgrades and stuff is necessary for this. What is necessary is going to be some panzer glass blocks. So it's pretty much going to be the same as this. Only difference is going to be the wither builder will be 1 block higher. If we show the working area, maybe 1 block lower actually. So if I put the wither builder over there, yeah, so that's going to build the wither in this exact location. And I need to set this on a timer. So this is going to work on a redstone signal on a pulse. Okay, I think that should be correct. Let's get some panzer blocks. Okay, I'm missing glass. You're heading out? Alright, Dral, have a good one. Hopefully I shall see you again sometime. I won't be going for too much longer myself. Okay, so that's 9 of these done. Then I need to cover all of the sides. Probably need another mob crusher for this. So the mob crusher is going to go over there. Think that should be good. Cobble deep slate to just, you know, do somewhat decorate this. Yeah, my sounds are still bugged. I still have no clue why. Right, now how do I make a mob crusher again? I'm missing gold gears, I'm missing an iron sword. And I'm missing advanced machine frames. Okay. They need simple machine frame, plastic, netherite scrap. I'm just gonna make 2 of these because each of them needs 500 millibuckets of pink slime. So I can get 1 bucket and service 2 of these. Okay, where is my dissolution chamber? There we go. Okay, so that should be mob crusher complete. Krusker. So this mob crusher is going to be in charge of getting us some nether stars. So this needs some power, obviously. And it also needs an ender chest. So I'm just going to put the nether stars directly into my system. Ooh, Mars Titan coming in with the drop, trying to be sneaky, I see. Right, so I'm going to need some cables for this. Maybe I can use the power cables. Got a call, had to leave for a bit. Oh, no worries, dude. IRL is much more important. Alright, give me that. You, my friend, can go away, and so can you. Right, now I need to make sure I set this up correctly, so let's go ahead and get a redstone timer. Who did that? Why are you shrinking me, man? That's not cool. That ain't cool at all. Can I get myself a timer, please? I have a clock. Thank you. Now, I think I need to put the timer on 300, but I'm going to put it on 500 just to be safe. You know? Tiny Deadshot is best. Is he? Is he though? Really? Right, so delay of 500 should be enough. Basically, on every 500 ticks, this thing is going to pulse and it's going to create a wither. So I'm going to say you're going to pull stuff from the bottom. Okay? And then on the bottom, I'm going to set up a drawer that's going to be a 1x2. And this thing is going to have a storage downgrade. For the first time, I'm going to use a storage downgrade. Now, which way do I want to set this up? I think I can just put it like this. So, let's go ahead and make a downgrade. That just needs some flint. And then we're going to say, you're going to store wither skeleton skulls and soul sand in there. Okay? So that goes in there. That goes... Okay, you probably don't need to work right now. So we'll set that to run on a redstone signal. Alright, that's still going to pull the items. Okay, let's disable that for now. Just so I can, you know, lock the drawer. Now that that's locked, you can go back to pulling. Did the storage fix my issue? Yes, yes it did. Hey Dagon Mist, how's it going? Right, so I'm going to set an exporter over here, which is going to be set to Wither Skelly Skulls on a crafting upgrade, and Soul Sand on a crafting upgrade. So that should be perfect. Basically, what this is going to tell is if this drawer does not have 64 items, you're going to export 64 items. If you can't export them, if you don't have them, you're going to craft them. I'm doing good, recovering from a bit of sniffles, but apart from that, pretty good. Okay, I went a little bit too far. No, I've gone too far. Oh, am I out of cables? There we go. I just needed one. So that should start making all of the stuff. As you can see. Why are you not pulling soul sand in for the last spot? Pull! Pull, my man, pull. You have the soul sand in there. Why he no pull? What a pleb. I know, right? Okay, I'm not sure why he's not pulling. Is all of the slots set to pull? No, only the bottom slot, because that's what it's supposed to be. Alright, I'll just put the stuff directly into the Wither Builder. Shouldn't be a problem if I do that. It would just be like this. With this. And this. And a few cables. And that should work. There we go. Now that works. That didn't make a wither though. Oh, it uses 20,000 FE. Maybe it doesn't have enough power. No, the time is fine. It's getting the pulse. You can see the progress. I think it's not getting enough power. As this is set to run on pulse. Let's see. There you go. It is pulsing. If it doesn't get a pulse, this won't progress. Timer might be too fast. I'll set it to 1,000 and see what happens. No, I think it's just not enough power. Maybe. Let's see if this works. Also, how much client star EMC do I have? Plenty. Alright, 20 seconds to go. The pulse the timer is sending might be too short. But I've used this plenty of times before, never been a problem. This is the first time this has not worked. I use this in Ocean Block, I use this in Stone Block, all the blocks. I've used this in all the mods. It usually used to be set to 500. The timers are bugged? Are you serious? What if I pause it when the redstone is active? Alright, let's give this one more try. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to figure something else out. Some other sort of timer. Found it on yours during Ocean Block. That's interesting because it did work for me when I was playing Ocean Block. So I'm not sure why it wouldn't work for you. Maybe put a redstone in between. This should be working. Wonder if it needs to be run with a redstone signal. Hang on, let me try that. Could just do a vanilla timer. I could, but that would be a lot more work than just having the timer block placed down. I just want to see why this is not working. Because as far as my understanding is, this should have worked. It worked for you? Okay, so this is not working with the redstone signal. I wonder if it's not working because the blocks up top are messed up, but that shouldn't be the case. It should have plenty of space to put all of its witheriness. So that can't be it. Yeah, there's something wrong with the timer. Okay, so what kind of timer can I make? Is there another timer in here? There's only one timer. I think you remove Panzer glass from above the builder. Now, putting a timer on the exporter would not do anything. I need to make sure that the wither builder doesn't continuously work, because otherwise it's going to make more withers than I can actually handle, and then it's going to mess up. Hey K-Man, check the work area. So the work area seems to be just fine. It's a 3x3 area that's completely free. Yeah, that would destroy the wither builder. Exactly. So the work area seems to be just fine. I just realized I haven't even put a roof on this thing. But yeah, all of this setup should be perfect. This is the first time I faced this issue. So let's try what Mars Titan said and put a redstone like cable in between and see what happens. Like a wire. So see, that did give a pulse. See if it's just the timer or the builder. Oh, so the builder is just not working. Yeah, it's not the timer. What if I remove this block? The one between. Nope, that didn't do anything either. Could be fake players not allowed to do something in a claimed chunk. Okay, I'm gonna break and replace it. See if that helps. Okay, break and replace didn't do anything. It could be fake player. But I don't see how fake player could affect wither builders. because this is intended to be artificially creating withers. But can I set it up somehow? We have the claim chunks. Do you have anything for fake players over here? I can't use this my team menu because that crashes the game. So I'm not going to be trying to do that. I feel like this should be working. It just doesn't want to for some reason. It's just like, nope. Ain't gonna do it. Now, timer seems to be fine. It's the builder that's actually broken. Because this is right now running on redstone mode ignored. And it just doesn't want to build. I wonder if the soul sand has to go first and then the wither skeleton. Would there be a way to prioritize the wither skeleton? No, that's not it. No, the glass is not in the way because it's created so that it needs a 3x3x1 space. I could try to make the area bigger. Sure, let's try that. So we could go. Oh, actually, withers are known to sneak out of 3x3x3 rooms. Huh. The first time I've heard of that. Mine usually stay put. My withers are usually pretty well behaved. Usually do 5x5 because your brain can't do even numbers. Yeah, but that one I purposely released outside Talking Retired. I didn't accidentally release that. That was on purpose. I thought I could just kill him. I was sorely mistaken. Okay, I'm definitely going to need more panzer glass for this. How much more do I need? Oh my god, I'm out of iron. I'm actually out of iron. That's not only hilarious, but it's also kind of sad. Alright, let's see if this works. If it doesn't, I'm going to bed. Yeah, true. Probably should have set up ore processing. I do have ore processing. The only problem is it's not processing enough ores. Like, check this out. I do have raw stuff being created. I just need to probably juice it up a little bit. There we go. That should speed up the iron process a little bit. Okay, so should I make this 5x5x3 or 5x5x4? I think I'll make it one higher just to be safe. Yeah, now it should be a lot faster because it's not 1-to-1 anymore. Should be a lot quicker. I think this needs to be like so. Okay, So I think everything is done correctly. That needs to go over there. Show working area. That's going to be a 3x3. Did I mess something up over here? No, everything is fine. So there's ample amount of space in there for the thing to work. We're going to put a crafting upgrade. I need to give this thing power, don't I? So let's grab some power. I also need one more cable because this thing is much larger now. Mobs will generate essence. Now I don't think I need essence for this, so I'm going to turn that off. It's not going to affect anything because you can't get more than one nether star from a wither, but it should work at least. Nope, just doesn't seem to want to work. Plenty of space, just doesn't want to work. It's got all the stuff. Does not want to work. Lazy with a builder. That's all it is. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna figure this out later because it is time for me to wrap up for today. So I am going to put some stuff away. I think I'll keep these essences on me, or maybe I'll put them in a chest nearby. Because I need to keep these. I need 320 of these. I need 320 of each of these essences. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. So I'm going to go onto this screen. And I'm going to say thank you all for being here. I really appreciate everyone who came in today, especially Greg. He hasn't been in here for a long time and he stayed up late to be here. So big appreciation to Greg, even though he's probably asleep now. Thank you everyone who came in and looked, everyone who just stuck around. Thank you for everyone who gave like bits and subs. Really appreciate all the support. Audio robot. Wait, is my voice getting screwed up again? Yeah, I think that's the OBS scene issue. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it. It's just OBS being OBS for some reason. But yeah, I should be back tomorrow depending on if I have power, obviously. It will be about 3 hours before whatever the time is for you now. Hopefully I shall see you guys then. I'm not feeling like raiding anyone today because I'm quite tired and not feeling too well. So I'm just gonna, hit the end stream button. And hopefully I shall see you guys tomorrow. Until then, everyone stay safe and have an excellent time zone.